Well, did we not get a lovely day for this? Just a beautiful day. Welcome to Western Technical College. I am truly delighted to have you all here with us today. This is a big day. I'm Roger Stanford, college president at Western, and I look out here and it's been a bit of a reunion. I have so many great friends here, colleagues. I'm just full of community leaders and legislators and people from the state, and it's just been a fabulous start already. And you did this on such a short notice. We really only had a little over a week notice, but this is a big announcement, and thank you for taking this time to come and join us today. This is a big day for this region. This is a big day for advanced manufacturing. This is a big day for Western. I think it's also a really big day for future students that are looking for great jobs. I have no doubt this is also a big day for Ron and Joyce. I think it's a big day for the Wanek family as benefactors and investors in our communities. And again, on short notice, we invited K-12 partners, university transfer partners, industry partners, legislators, community leaders, alumni, many of our coworkers, many of Ashley's coworkers, our WTCS office, our Western Foundation Board, our college board is here. And I just really thank you for coming. To the media, I tried to catch everybody from the media that's here. This is what I'm grateful about in our region with media. There's news all over, there's things and stories to tell, but they also are willing to tell the great stories. Today is a great story to be told, and I'm grateful that you're here to hear it. So welcome. Today we announce a major gift and an even bigger, a major investment for advanced manufacturing. I'm going to ask, I think Eric's coming up, and Josh and Gene. Today we announced the Wanek Center of Innovation. Well, a lot of people are going to call this a renovation. We might say it's a complete transformation of this business education center to the Wanek Center of Innovation. This is a complete change to the first floor and the second floor. And while I'm going to give you a lot of details along the way, I want to call out early that today we celebrate a large gift, an investment by the Ronald and Joyce Wanek Foundation into a world-class advanced manufacturing center that is going to serve this region for decades. Now, the overall project that we have together is 5 years. It's a 5-year project into pathways into great jobs. Now, the building itself, the project will start, I'm told, around October 7th, as we have to deconstruct a little bit before we can renovate. And we should finish this by June 1st. The building itself is, great bones. It's a great structure, and it's about to get a total overhaul. The overall project is about, over five years, is about $10 million investment, with the majority of those dollars coming from the Ronald and Joyce Wanek Foundation. For Western, that is the largest gift in our history by many-fold. This gift is for a plan that includes this building. It's a lot more than that, but it's really a big part about having this amazing center of innovation. But even bigger is an investment in pathways, in career and technical education, in advanced manufacturing for great manufacturing jobs in our region. What's this project? What is this investment? What's unique about this facility? How did it come to be? So I'm going to begin with a little bit of history, a little bit of a story. It was 2015 when I was invited, along with a whole team from Western, to be guest at Ashley. I went with a team from Western. Ron was there. That's the first time I met Jim Dada, Dave Peterson, Andy Baker, Bob Nichols. Cole, I believe you were there. And I've worked with Cole all the way through all of these things. And a really big crew of folks that took us through the entire facility. And at the time, they showed us some of their early automation work. They shared the vision of Ashley and what the vision they had for their future and their deep concerns that they had about workforce. about workforce shortages, skills shortages, and specifically what skills they really needed when you look at our largest employer in our region and one of the largest employers in the United States. I left that day with a better understanding of the workforce needs, certainly in advanced manufacturing, the struggles they have in finding technicians, the nature of the future technical skills that we need in automation and smart manufacturing. And all of this is truly Industry 4.0 work, and as we start to look at Industry 5.0, we're going to be on that journey. So that day we learned a lot about electrical maintenance challenges, just what it takes to be and to move in advanced manufacturing, about automation, about PLCs, about the pathways to what are amazing paying jobs, and that we had to upskill and we had to get people there. We also learned that Western had some work to do. Now, we had been serving manufacturing for over 100 years, but what I said was we served manufacturing. I don't think we were serving advanced manufacturing, and so much transformation had happened over that decade that I think it was time for Western to get a tune-up. And so we began down that path. And so over the next several years, we all became close partners with the Ashley family. We worked with that team at Ashley. That work was led initially by Jim Dada, who became a good friend, support with Karen Dada. The leadership work continued with Chris Gangler when Jim retired once again. I think he's retired 3 or 4 times now. But early it was about research. It was about what systems work in higher education to help people work better with employers, stronger with employers, being connected so that we can help get people through and up and out. How do we align best to the employers? How do we consider the demographic shifts that are going on in K-12 and with adult students? So we traveled, we learned, we shifted, we invested, and we made substantive changes. Changes to programs, changes to pathways, changes to transferability. We got around to clear standards and certifications and stackability of credits. We invested heavily in work-based learning. Several of our things that we investigated, we learned more about internships and how important they are, and we did a little study, and we had a lot of great clinicals in healthcare, but we didn't have many internships here. We had less than 40%. And so we set a goal to have 100% in every single one of our programs. That's outside of manufacturing. That's all programs. Because what we learned in this research was how important it was to be connected to employers directly in your region if you want people to not only learn, but then stay here when they graduate. In 2023, we hit that 100% of every single program that we have based on what we learned. And so we took that work on and we made that, and that's a win-win. We invested in better lab spaces, better equipment. We helped instructors with training and certifications. We updated the curriculum and worked with transfer partners on pathways and stackable credentials. Our team leaders for this project were people like Josh Gamer, Mike Mellinger, Angie Martin, John Zimbridge. We had a K-12 team that went all in, Deb, Isaac, Tyler, that studied what's going on in the industry. What do we need to do to have better partnerships with K-12? Let me tell you, if we go back a decade, our transcripted credit, that's how we take credits from high school, we had like 146 a decade ago. Last year, we had 20,000 transcripted credit. That's 5,000 students in this region that earned college credit while they were in high school. That saved $3 million in tuition. That's because we chose to start to look at this differently and to transform. And along the way, we invested in new programming and we purchased equipment. We asked the Ronald and Joyce Wanek Foundation for help. And prior to the gift we announced today, they had over $1 million in equipment and other investments into Western Technical College. And I want to say there was, I don't know how we'd figure it out, but probably a couple $100,000 of in-kind gifts when you look at just the time of the experts from Ashley that spent time with us. When they took our people all over the country, that was free travel for our people, while they went around and learned, and actually around the world. So with that history, with that story, in October of 2022, I went up to see Ron with Isaac. Actually, I got a call. Ron said, "Can you come up?" We said, "We sure can." We were up there the next day. And Todd was there. Mike Moran was there. Chris, I know that you were there. I think Cole was there. And that's where we made a big ask. And they didn't say no. They said, wow. They said we could learn more. But we started to talk about what this vision was of what we wanted to do. And some may ask why, maybe a building, and why that we needed this for the pathways. So I'm going to share about a 30,000 foot view of this project. Maybe we'll call it a 33,000 foot view, since that's the amount of square footage that we're renovating inside of here. But what's happening inside of this building is it's connected. If you look, it's connected to ITC, where we have a lot of our manufacturing program. And it's a beautiful place, but it's really a little bit disconnected. And when you look at advanced manufacturing, everything's integrated. And so when we look at this building, this is where all our IT programs work. And so we're able to leave the IT, we're able to create some amazing lab spaces that I'll share about, and they're all connected right to our advanced manufacturing program. Since the pandemic, we learned that we maybe had a little too much space because a lot of our stuff moved online. And so while we talked about what could we do with a new building, it made much more sense, certainly to the college and to our taxpayers, to renovate a facility that we have here, which was underutilized. What will be in the Wanek Center for Innovation? Well, it's three things really. It's K-12 pathways, a place for high schools in the region to use and to partner. Those that are involved in FIRST Robotics, there's going to be a FIRST Robotics Center, a place for them to come and join, bring their students to fix, to build, to create, to innovate. And we work with 27 public high schools. We work with a bunch of privates. A couple of them to note that you'd know is Aquinas and Luther, right? And those are great pathways for us. We also work unofficially with many high schools in Minnesota because we just have a bridge between us. But they're all about pathways to great jobs. And these investments are going to work on not only pathways with credits, but also to do some exploratory stuff with some of the younger people, to get them interested in it, to get them thinking about these STEM careers, these electronics careers, these engineering careers that are so fabulous. And so that's part of this investment that we're doing, and we're working together. Early on, we started to work on what's that mean to really work together. And we worked with Treple Valley Consortium. Leaders like Mike Begley, Lance Bagstead, for example, that came in and said, let's do it a different way. Let's figure this out, all right? I wrote down a very loose quote from Mike Begley, and I took out any swear words that might have been in it. But he said, we just have to jump in and start doing that work and figure it out along the way. We've got to figure this out. And that's what we did. And so now what's the next step, and what do we continue to do, is we want to see high school pathway to Western, because it's a great job, great career, low cost in for students. But then we need them to be able to go. And so we're working on 13 agreements right now with UW Stout. We've signed a dozen agreements with UWL. We have at least that or more with our partners at Viterbo. We've done another, I think about 8 or 10 into engineering at Platteville just the last several years. We redid all our agreements at MSOE. It's about seeing how that progression can go so it's smart, so it's fast, so it's smooth, and it's at the lowest cost for everybody involved to do that. That's what pathway work is. So K-12 pathways. Second thing is business and industry training. We do a lot of customized training in this region, and as we've grown, and you look at a company like Ashley, they lead the world in how they're moving in advanced manufacturing, automation, smart manufacturing. But a lot of our manufacturers are just trying it, right? They've got a robot or a couple, right? And so this is a place they come to upskill. And now we'll have a lab space really for them as well, as we try to help all of the manufacturers in the area upskill and get their people ready. So we're going to move that whole team actually right into here, our business and industry team. Finally, we have a lot of programs, and this building is full of them. Josh will talk more specifically about them, but giving them just this great open lab concept where in here, it's really fragmented. It's good, but it's really customized by course. And here we're going to have a very integrated center that's not compartmentalized, all right? That's smart, large, smart automation center where they can practice, where they can simulate, where they can integrate with other programs, because that's the world of advanced manufacturing today. So in the end, we end up with a smart automation center that can be used by just many of the programs that exist, all of the K-12 pathways, and help all our employers in the region that are upskilling with automation. Now, next I am going to turn this over to Josh Gamer, our dean, and he's going to go through the nuts and bolts, and then we're going to turn it over to Mr. Wanek for a few words. But before I do that, before I hand it off, I just want to publicly thank Ron and Joyce for this gift. This is just an amazing opportunity for this community, and I truly, truly appreciate this gift that I think is going to be here for generations. So I'm going to turn it over to Josh. I almost took Josh's script.
Yeah, I'll try not to read from it too much. So Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we're very excited to be here today. Roger mentioned that this has been a journey for us. It's been a journey towards better serving our advanced manufacturing sector within our district. So for me, that journey really began back in about 2017. I had the opportunity to travel to Germany, and that was as a result of our generous donors and partners with us here today. But I was able to join some high school administrators, some four-year college administrators, some of the employees at Ashley Furniture in the automation and the mechanical maintenance area. And we got to go to Germany. We got to visit many different educational institutions to see what the technology was like, what they were doing, how they were delivering that. We got to attend two different trade shows, being Hannover Messe and Ligna, to really see where the technology was going, right, from the directly from those vendors that are serving all of our manufacturing organizations. It was eye-opening to all of us, I think, at the end of that trip. Just the way that we were able to see how the German educational system created pathways for students to connect with employers and do that much more early on. You heard Roger mention about our work-based learning initiative and how we've implemented 100% of our programs. And that's what we saw happening in Germany several years ago, and we knew it was very vital that we could do something like that. We saw technology that was being used that we didn't have in our programs. We didn't have certain programs that would even embed this technology in. So yeah, leaving that trip, we all kind of were on that same page that we had some work to do. We really wanted to focus on the K-20 pathways and making it very, very seamless. So about that same time when we got back, the Mobile Skills Lab was under development, and all the work that Jim Dada was doing, traveling around the country, visiting different schools, trying to figure out the best practices, and trying to get people interested in advanced manufacturing careers. Right, that was that first piece, but then also how to connect with the colleges, how to make that seamless. And that was really all of our commitment to make that seamless transition. So if I look today, what have we been able to do over that time, over that 7 years? We came back and we launched the Mechatronics and Robotics Engineering Technology Program. We launched an IoT integration program. We launched an IT data analytics program. We incorporated a lot of new technology. We hired additional staff to serve in these particular areas. We have over 7 high schools that have direct transfer agreements out of advanced manufacturing courses into Western Technical College. Beyond that, we've got 4-year agreements signed with those at Viterbo University, for example, University of Wisconsin Stout, University of Wisconsin Oshkosh. So we've made a lot of progress. We're certainly not done yet, but I'm happy to say that that collaboration is continuing on, and I think you can see it within this building project itself. So I thought too, like, what are the things we've done as partners, right? Because this is a partnership that has been going on for many years now. We've traveled to the state of Wisconsin, to the capital at the state here, to advocate for career and technical education. We've met with the top leaders at the UW system to advocate for transfer agreements. All of this as industry and education combined. We've hosted joint events together. We've helped staff each other's events. We've done everything we can to promote these great careers within our community, and I'll say grow the partnership that we've had over these last 7 to 8 years. So inside the building, I'm extremely excited. Roger mentioned it's going to be something pretty special. When you walk through those doors, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to be greeted by an autonomous mobile robot that we've programmed, our students have programmed, to give you the tour. So instead of having Josh do all the tours all the time, right, where I'm never available, you can walk up and this thing's going to greet you. It'll play a message. It'll play a message about our donor, about our connection, about our relationship. But then you'll actually follow this robot throughout the facility as it stops at the various predetermined points. And it talks about the technology. It talks about the programs. And that's how you're engaging and interacting with this high-tech facility. You're going to go on that first floor and you're going to see over 25 different industrial robots that we have, 3 different manufacturing brands of it, 4 different styles of technologies, all in one space. That's going to be something special to be able to see. You'll see those first robotic students that Roger was mentioning in there building the robots, collaborating, using our equipment, our space to really engage in the STEM fields, all while being connected to Western Technical College and the programs that we offer. Right? They're interested in this. They've got a desire. It's our job to connect them to the programs and career choices that naturally flow with that. So you're going to see all this stuff, and you're going to see from a programmatic standpoint, our IT cybersecurity program, our web and software program, our CSS program, IT data analytics program, IoT integration specialist program, in addition to electromechanical and mechatronics and robotic engineering technology, all in one roof, all collaborating, all being able to play off each other with the technology, simulating that of what you'd find within an advanced manufacturing sector, within any other business. It's not isolated. It's all together, and that's what we'll have access to. So again, huge thank you to everybody on the Ashley team for your help in the design of the building, talking about the equipment with us, at Western for coming up with this vision that we've had, that we've co-created together. It's been a lot of work. It's been about 2 years worth of work from start to finish here today, and it's certainly not done, not finished. So thank you all to everybody who's helped with that. I wanted to kind of close here a little bit with thanking Ron specifically, and obviously the Ronald and Joyce Wanek Foundation for your continued support. But I was thinking about Ron and our relationship together, because it's evolved, I would say, over the years. And I know Roger remembers our first meeting, and what I've always respected and appreciated about Ron is he's candid, okay? And he's willing to tell you where there's opportunities in his mind. He's willing to challenge you to push forward, to do different. And it can be hard to hear it at times, especially when you know that he's probably right on the vast majority, if not all of what he's telling you. But it's okay, and it's been okay with us, because Ron has also been the first to step up and to lend a hand, to offer assistance, and to ask how he can be a part of the solution. And he's trying to be part of the solution throughout the state of Wisconsin, throughout the country when it comes to advanced manufacturing education, and really driving a lot of change and a lot of innovation. So he's not just telling you what you need to do. He's helping you get there. And to me, that is the definition of a true partner. So thank you so much for that, Ron. We really do appreciate it. So with that, I think, with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Roger, who's going to introduce Mr. Ron Wanek.
Thank you, Josh. It's been a great story. It's been a great story. Thank you for sharing today. Finally, one more speaker. I want to ask Ron Wanek to share a little bit. Joyce, I think it was almost 3 years ago that we celebrated Joyce as an alumni, and we built a beautiful interior design space, and we dedicated that to Joyce. Joyce is an alumni of that program and an amazing designer, and today we honor Mr. Ron Wanek. Ron, I have valued the friendship that you've given me, the partnership for Western. I would say the coaching, the leadership development that we've had, the straight talk that I think that Josh was referencing there, as we really work together. So today we honor Mr. Wanek's legacy in this region, and as a leader in advanced manufacturing, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Ron Wanek.
Thank you, Roger and Josh. You guys have done a great job and built a great program here, and we're very proud of the work that you've done and you're doing. So thank you all for being here today. We're excited about the news of this new partnership with Western Technical College. It's truly an honor to stand here alongside of the exceptional staff and leadership team who have constantly demonstrated their commitment to creating a roadmap for the success of the students of this area. And I would like to thank my wife Joyce for her unwavering support and inspiration through our 63 years together. She has always encouraged me to pursue my dreams and supported me through the challenges and opportunities. Today, we unveil the Wanek Center of Innovation, a groundbreaking initiative in education and workforce development. Our journey towards this partnership began nearly a decade ago when Jim Dada, who oversaw our manufacturing operations at the time, expressed his difficulty in finding the right talent for advanced manufacturing to my son Todd. In response to Jim's concern, Todd shared a powerful insight: if you can't find the talent, you must grow your own. Since then, we have embarked on an extensive research endeavor forming educational and industry partnerships worldwide. Our unique goal has to bridge the gap between industry and education. Through these efforts, we aimed not only to prepare our company's future talent pool and the jobs of tomorrow, but also to ensure that our communities thrive in the process. I would like to extend a special thanks to the Dada family, the Ashley Public Relations, and various engineering teams, all who have dedicated themselves to building educational partnerships and serving on advisory boards. Your commitment and expertise have significantly contributed to improving our educational system and preparing our workforce for the challenges ahead. Over the years, our partnership with Western Technical College has flourished. We have witnessed an unwavering dedication to the student-focused initiatives and community engagement, particularly K-12 pathways. Their commendable efforts in creating an educational pipeline have a solid foundation to the future career readiness and success. I would also like to extend gratitude to HSR and Weiser Brothers for their exceptional work in creating a facility that will inspire generations to come. Reflecting on our investments in Ashley Furniture's operations here in Wisconsin, it is evident that both our region and our company have constantly been in the forefront of advanced manufacturing. We are striving to stay competitive and progressive, which means we constantly innovate and strive for excellence. Our investments extend beyond our company and the future workforce. For more than a decade, we have collaborated with schools to address the demands of an ever-evolving, technologically driven work environment, providing students with exceptional educational opportunities. In 2018, we made a significant investment in a mobile skills laboratory, benefiting over 1,000 students in western Wisconsin through a collaborative effort with Blair Taylor, Independence, Arcadia, Whitehall school districts. The success of the Mobile Skills Laboratory inspired the Whitehall School District to establish a permanent facility, allowing to serve even a larger number of students on an annual basis. Furthermore, we have partnered with Luther High School in Onalaska, Cotter High School in Winona, and to equip them with STEM educational programs, empowering students with the necessary skills for their future careers. All these initiatives share the common goal of preparing our current and upcoming workforce. The significance of the upskilling cannot be emphasized enough, and we must strive for continuous growth and improvement. At Ashley, we travel the globe to ensure we remain competitive on an international level. For our country to succeed, our students and educations must strive for a global competitiveness and excellence. This is a collaborative effort between industry and education, which becomes critical. Imagine a seamless pathway from kindergarten through college. Such an alignment would be transformative. Working together, we can develop a system that nurtures talent, fosters innovation, and prepares individuals for the upcoming ever-evolving job market. The Wanek Center of Innovation is more than just a building. It is a realization of our commitment in creating a robust K-20 pipeline, nurturing talent from early education through advanced career training. Our ambition is to be best in class, and a Wanek Center of Innovation as a testament to this commitment. This will be a state-of-the-art facility that is dedicated to advanced manufacturing and education and training. Within these walls, we include $3 million worth of cutting-edge equipment, which demonstrates a joint dedication in offering the best opportunities for the students. Let us continue to work hard to build a bright future for Western Wisconsin and beyond. Your dedication and hard work is true drivers of our success. We are optimistic about the impact of the Wanek Center and what it will have on the future students and the broader community as we prepare the next generation for the world that demands excellence and innovation. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support.
I like best in class. I like that statement, best in class. I'm gonna close this out here. First again, my thank you to Ron and Joyce. My thank you to the Wanek family. When you look at the benevolence, the philanthropy, it's the whole philanthropic efforts that come from this family and what they do for the communities, and certainly with Western, we greatly appreciate it. This we hope to believe in and hope to be, as you look at this, and you should come by, these pictures are beautiful, but it should truly be a legacy piece for you, Mr. Wanek, and that's what we want it to be. I think, partners don't happen, partnerships like this don't happen alone. I don't think Ron and I sat and just wrote this all up. As you mentioned, this took a lot of people in here. So I'm going to quickly thank people, and then we'll get you on your way. I want to thank Jim Dodd. I don't think Jim was able to be here. Jim and Karen were just amazing to work with inside of it. Again, Chris Gangler took on that work, and we became very close. In fact, I think for about 6 months that I had a text and or call with Chris every single day. Cole, you just have stayed with us through this entire project to help us move through, and that's been in all of our different projects that we've worked on. Mike Moran, your team, we started out looking at what the designs would be. We started doing the value engineering inside of it, and this is such a better project because of it. I think of Ben Bullman. I think Ben was here. I saw him earlier, but the creative eye that you bring, and along with HSR, our partner, and you guys are bringing something that's just really is that best in class and just an amazing place to do. I want to thank Bill Coslow. I know that Bill's not here, and many of you may not know Bill. Bill's a behind-the-scenes person who's just amazing, and he helped us really work on the tough details of an agreement, and then Beth helped us get that through to the finish line. HSR, thank you for the amazing designs. Weiser Brothers Construction, I appreciate the competitive bid. We are truly looking forward to working with you on this. I want to thank the WTCS, our Wisconsin Technical College System. Jim Zylstra is here with us representing them today. He's the vice president. The support by the state in this project has been just phenomenal. Mark Tyler is the state board president. Mark Tyler is also an owner of several manufacturing plants in Wisconsin. And when right before they approved this, which was just a week ago, that's why our short timeline for invitations, he stopped and he said, I just want to call out how beautiful this private and public partnership really is and what this is going to do for that region. And he called that out as a manufacturer himself, and he was very grateful for the investment. So we have the state board's full support. I want to thank Josh Gamer for the vision, for the behind-the-scenes work, the hours of that. I want to thank the think tank that put this together. Angie, Deb, Isaac, John, Jessica, Jackie, Jacqueline, Josh, Julie, Eric, Jean, Wade. I want to thank our whole physical plant that helped us put together all these designs, all the bidding, our IT team that's been just unwavering in support for all of our technology inside of this. It's an amazing design. I need to thank our faculty who have really helped and transform and move advanced manufacturing forward, and they're the ones that are going to make this space have excellent learning outcomes. I need to thank our board. They never wavered with their investments and support along this journey. They're committed to transforming advanced manufacturing and our transformations, and they support these great jobs. I want to thank Ken, Angie, Kevin, Michelle, Megan, Mary Kay, Ryan, Chet, and Lance. Truly, thank you for that service. We look forward to having you all join us at a ribbon cutting in June. It's going to be a big deal. We're going to show this legacy piece. It's going to be an amazing design, a tribute to Ron as your work as an industry, in the industry and advanced manufacturing as a leader in that. But personally, I want to thank you, Ron, for your commitment to the future of technical education and investing in career and technical education and the pathways that you talked about. We can't wait to show you this transformation. Thank you, everybody, for coming today, and come on up and take a look at these things here. Thank you very much.